Assumptions, the biggest starter of arguments, the biggest breakdown of relationships and connections. We all do it, it's human nature, and I'll explain why in a moment. But I want you to think about how many things go wrong when you make assumptions. It could be that you do this with your partner. For instance, they're about to share something with you and you get a feeling that you've heard this before, you know where it's going, you're kind of sick of hearing it, so you just jump on it and respond in a way that you always do. And it might be a year down the line and one day your partner turns around and tells me, "You never listen to me." And you're like, "What are you talking about? I'm always listening to you. You're always telling me stuff." "No, you never listen to me. You never hear me." Now that can be a shock to some people. Some relationships have actually completely ended because of that, because somebody in the relationship didn't feel heard. And there you were, thinking you were hearing them all along. And sure, you were sitting there and letting them talk. But the way you were responding, the how you were responding, the how they were being heard was not effective. And why is that? It's because we're always in our own story. So for example, you could have 10 people in a room. And there could be a bottle of water sitting on that table in the room. And everybody's looking at it, everybody leaves the room and they walk out and they have to explain to all these people outside the room what just happened. Everybody's story is going to vary. The thing that's in common, the gist of the story is, I went in a room, there was a bottle of water on the table and I don't know, it's kind of weird, like nothing happened and then we left. Now, for some people, that bottle of water might represent something very traumatic, depending on something that happened in their past. For other people, it might represent something that was like super motivating and super cool. For other people, they might just be completely bored. Other people are like, "What the hell is going on? This is completely weird. I'm not even thinking about the bottle of water, but what is that guy doing over there?" Or, "Who's that chick? She's kind of sexy." So everybody's got a different opinion of what is going on, even though we could argue that everybody in the room was having the same experience. They're really not. Our experience is ours. Each of us, we own our experience. So everything within our own bubble is all about us. It's based on memories, it's based on feelings, experiences that we've had in the past. It's based on things we've heard, we've said, we've felt, we've touched. And in that, when somebody comes to us to share something with us, if we don't fully step out of our own story and truly hear what they're saying and let them feel heard and make them feel special and not judge them and not misunderstand them, that is a huge gift that you can give to that person that we so often miss out on doing. We do it with our kids, we do it with friends, we do it with our employers, employees, with co-workers. It's something that we do as humans. We're so engrossed in our own story. And what I want you to do is to become more aware of when you're in your story and then when somebody else wants to come and talk to you, that you step out of your story for a moment and you actually stop, look them in the eye and make them feel so safe and so comfortable that they are actually willing to share themselves with you. When you do that, when you hold a space and just stand in it and allow someone to step into it, you're going to find that the value of your relationships is going to increase tenfold. Your kids will share with you more. Your relationships with your partners will become more intimate. The relationships with your co-workers, with your employers, your employees, is going to become more bonded because you're actually going to understand and realize what is going on in somebody else's story. How can you possibly know what's in someone else's story? You don't know their history, you don't know their life, you don't know what they experience in or out of work or anywhere. You don't see the world through their eyes. So the first thing that you can do to enrich all of your relationship is, I challenge you, is when somebody else, anybody, a stranger or somebody in your family or your friend or your partner talks to you, I challenge you to just stop for a moment and just completely give them your undivided attention and really, really engage with them and hear what they have to say. Even if they've said it 100 times before and you're bored of it or you're frustrated with it or it triggers you, I want you to stop and think about them. And I promise you, when you do that for them, you're probably going to get comments that are so like amazing. They're going to be like, oh my God, like what's with you? I feel like you really heard me this time. And your relationship is just going to increase tenfold. I absolutely challenge you to do this. This is where it all begins. When you want to get heard yourself, when you want to increase your confidence to be able to say what you really want to say and express who you are, you have to create that environment around you first. You have to let all the people know around you that this is what you're willing to do for them. And once you have that, now you have people that are willing to do that for you. And if you don't, are they really the people that you want to be hanging around with?